Dead or trite metaphors. Dead metaphors are also known as cliches. When an image of metaphor has been used so much that it loses its freshness, it is essentially dead. So many of them die because we use them so frequently. For example, my love is a red rose, or all the world's a stage, or love is easily killed, how easily love is killed, or the moment is entirely in your hands. And many more. In the above examples, the lines are fine in their respective places. They were original lines at the time, after all. They've been repeated so much, though, that they have lost their surprise and originality for us. There are many examples of cliches and dead metaphors that don't come from literature. For example, I'm dead tired, she's the apple of my eye, she wore me down, I'm heartbroken. Trite or dead metaphors are usually used in newspaper articles, sometimes even in scientific language, but rarely in poetry and prose. And now about genuine metaphors. So metaphors, like all stylistic devices, can be classified according to the degree of unexpectedness. Thus, metaphors which are absolutely unexpected, that is, are quite unpredictable, are called genuine metaphors. So here we can see some of them. She has all the fragrance and freedom of a flower. There is ripple after ripple of sunlight in her hair. She has a fascinating tyranny of youth and the astonishing courage of innocence. In genuine metaphors, the image is always present and the transference of meaning is actually felt. These metaphors have a radiating force. The whole sentence becomes metaphoric. The metaphors, which are commonly used in speech and therefore are sometimes even fixed in dictionaries as expressive means of language, as we have already mentioned above, are trite metaphors, so they are quite opposite of genuine metaphors. So thus metaphors which are absolutely unexpected, are quite unpredictable, are called genuine metaphors. Through the open window, the dust danced and was golden. Genuine metaphors are mostly to be found in poetry and prose, but throughout the time they become trite and easily predictable. It is possible that trite metaphors may regain the freshness. And now about extended metaphor. If someone says, I'm not an owl, he is an early bird, we're different species, he's speaking metaphorically. And if somebody replies, then move him into his own cage, he's extending the metaphor. So extended metaphor is comparison between two unlike things that continues throughout series of sentences in a paragraph or lines in a poem. For example, hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. The sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the store that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. So this type of metaphor is exclusively property of literary or poetic texts. Or consider the following example of extended metaphor. Love is not a hothouse flower, but a wild plant, born of a wet night, born of an hour of sunshine, sprung from wild seed, blown along the road by a wild wind, a wild plant that, when it blooms by chance within the hedge of our green gardens, we call a weed. But flower or weed, whose scent and color are always wild, and while this plant springs, men and women are but moths around the flame-like blossom. And about sustained and prolonged metaphors. Trite metaphors are sometimes injected with new vigor. Their primary meaning is re-established alongside the new derivative meaning. This is done by supplying the central image created by the metaphor with additional words, bearing some reference to the main word. For example, Mr. Pickwick bottled up his vengeance and corked it down. the verb to bottle up is explained as to keep in check, to conceal, to restrain, to repress. So the metaphor can be hardly felt here, but it is revived by the direct meaning of the verb to cork down. Such metaphors are called sustained or prolonged metaphors. And stylistic function of such kind of metaphor is to make the description concrete, to express the individual attitude.